Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades, I hope you're doing well this morning. This morning, at least from where I am. So I hope you're doing well, wherever you are. It's morning wherever I am. Like I said, it might be evening in Kenya right now. I think it's probably early evening, late afternoon in Europe. Maybe, morning in nighttime in Asia, but wherever you are, please, karibu, karibu, karibu. This is Kenya Revolutionary for another session. Today, we are going to cover a couple of things that we want to cover. First of all, let me acknowledge the first person who have chatted already, George Opeo, who was already chatted, tweeted, not tweeted, but posted. Babu Maliza hiyo ng'ombe conman kabisa. Okay, Babu fans are already here. Karibu, karibu, karibu. But anyway, karibuni. Please grab a seat. It's going to be a long ride. Maybe not. Maybe I might be brief, but it just depends how it goes. All right, karibuni basi. So as you come in, ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time and you're wondering who this is Kenya Revolutionary, as I just said it. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. This channel is all about Kenyan politics, okay? Or should I say politics, or whatever the case is. And if you're already subscribed and you've got the notification and you're here, please go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and do that, okay? Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get to the matter. As I said, there are some things that we're going to talk about. We are going to examine the exchange, the brewing beef that's happening between Robert Alai and Babu Owino. So Robert Alai is blaming Babu Owino for the attacks that Maverick Aoko, okay? Aoko, you remember a few days ago, Aoko posted a picture of Alai's, I don't know if it's baby mama or one of his side chicks or his wife or whatever the case is with the baby, basically suggesting that Robert Alai has a baby out of wedlock or whatever the case is. And this made rounds and people are clowning Robert Alai, and obviously he wasn't happy about that. So a few days later, he's posting things going after Babu Owino, and I will get to the tweets blaming Babu Owino for being behind or urging Aoko to attack him. And then Robert Alai unleashed some information accusing Babu Owino of grabbing land, some school that was being built in Nanampakasi somewhere there. We shall get to all of that. Then also, our Gen Zs, it seems like they woke up today and they decided Morara is the person that they should go after. Caswell and Mercy Taras, whatever her name is, also had some not so good things to say about Morara. They're saying Morara is going after he has his own selfish ambition. Morara is taking advantage of the movement, so forth. We'll go through that too. Ruto also made some speech talking about he cares about the law and the democracy cannot function without the rule of law and all this nonsense that contradicts reality. Speaking of which, let's just highlight what's going on with Masengeli. For those of you who don't know who Masengeli is, he's the acting IG Inspector General who refused to show up in court when he was ordered by the judge. And, actually he was defiant. And so the judge convicted him to 6 months in prison. And guess what? He's flipping off the judge. And he withdrew the judge's security. That's step one. And not only that, he went ahead and had a press conference and continued his defiance. So let's get to that. Let me start with that Masengeli because it's kind of a continuation of what we were talking about yesterday. And we'll get to the main meal, which is Robert Alai and Babu Owino, and also the Gen Zs. Remember, tomorrow we are supposed to be having another Mandamano. So it's quite unfortunate that all this division within the Gen Zs is happening a day before the Mandamano on Thursday. But let's get to Masengeli real quick. Let's just get this. As I say, like the video as you come in and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Let's get to Masengeli very quickly. The latest on Masengeli, the IG who is proving to be defiant. Well, he's a criminal. And also, I'll continue to show you the ridiculous argument by David D, who is basically supporting what Masengeli is doing. But let's get I'm not going to hold you. Let's get to the point immediately. You're here, Basi. Here is just Okwara telling us about what's going on.
Convicted Acting Inspector General of Police Gilbert Masengeli, who now says he will not be coerced or intimidated in the operational and functional independence of the police, adding that the current uproar over the withdrawal of security officers attached to Justice Lawrence Mugambi is an ill-intended cause of alarm. In a fresh attack aimed at the Judicial Service Commission, Masengeli said no person would direct the IG to assign officers to different stations. And as Emmanuel Tour now reports, pressure continues to mount on Masengeli to honor the court's sentence and to stop an assault on the rule of law.
He has perfected the art of being defiant, rogue, and rebellious. The convicted Acting Inspector General of Police, Gilbert Masengeli, whose mandate could end tomorrow, Wednesday, if the substantive IG is approved by the National Assembly, has Tuesday continued on the dangerous path of impunity that is mastering by the day. In a response to the Judicial Service Commission and other legal institutions locally and beyond, which have called him out for stripping Justice Lawrence Mugambi of his security, Masengeli remains defiant. Masengeli, in response to the Chief Justice Martha Koome, says, quote, "The National Police Service totally rejects attempts to intimidate, coerce, or otherwise interfere with the operational and functional independence of the police." He adds that no person may direct the IG with respect to the employment, assignment, promotion, suspension, or dismissal of any police officer. This in response to concerns raised by the JSC of intimidation by removal of security to one of its officers. Masengeli also reporting that security officers attached to Justice Mugambi had been replaced, attached to the Judiciary Police Unit.
But the fact is that it is normal for officers to be taken to VIP protection courses and also change of things. They were not recalled that he remained without security. They were replaced immediately. So that was just an ill-intended cause of alarm.
However, the JSC had not confirmed whether or not the officers had been reinstated by the time of filing this report.
I think we needed it. We needed a boost of energy to restate the mandate of the Judicial Service Commission is to defend the independence of the judiciary. And of course, we all know independence goes with accountability.
The defense of the independence of the judiciary should not just end with issuing statements. More robust steps must be taken to ensure that those capable of undermining the institution of the judiciary are dealt with.
The Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA, now says it has opened investigations over the matter, stating that the investigations will inform recommendations, including but not limited to prosecution, where culpability is established. This as the Kenya Magistrates and Judges Association called out Masengeli's misconduct, reiterating the need for the respect of the rule of law, saying, quote, "Judges and judicial officers must be able to carry out their duties without fear of retribution, and any grievances should be directed through legitimate and lawful channels." The association adding that Honorable Kadhi Abdiaziz Mali Mohammed faced aggressive and threatening behavior yesterday, the 16th September 2024, during a visit from MP Mishimboko at the Mombasa Kadhi's court. The statement was also backed up by the Judges Welfare Association, which issued a 14-day ultimatum to Masengeli to issue an apology over the withdrawal of the security detail attached to High Court Judge Lawrence Mugambi, failure to which they shall undertake appropriate legal action against the IG who made the call to the specific officers.
We see Inspector Riri as the face and instrument of this violation and the only disclosed offender, and now issue a notice that we shall take all legal measures, including moving the court to declare him unfit to hold a public office.
Even as the Masengeli drama continues, the National Assembly is tomorrow expected to consider the report on the vetting of Douglas Kanja as the substantive Inspector General of Police, ending the period when Masengeli has been acting as the IG. Emmanuel Tor, Citizen TV, Parliament, Nairobi.
Yes. So one thing that Masengeli does not understand, I think maybe he does understand it, but the impunity that he exhibits is a sign that maybe he doesn't understand that just because the IG or the police force or whatever the case is an independent institution, that does not mean that it is not under the law or under our constitution. Let me just say the laws, okay? The laws apply to everyone, whether you work in an independent institution as, the IPOA or whatever the case is. So if a judge summon you to come to court and, provide evidence or ask you a couple of questions, you must show up. Okay. So for him to go ahead and, withdraw this security, it's just something unbelievable. This should not be treated lightly. This man needs to go to prison. That's disrespect. He needs to go to prison for those 6 months. In fact, I would urge the judge to add 6 more months on top of the already ordered 6 months in prison, because this is something that these policemen need to learn. And to make the matters worse, people like Devin D, I mentioned this yesterday. I hate to go back again because it keeps on. He kept on tweeting about these things. At this point, I believe Devin D is trolling Kenyans. He's not serious about the things that he tweets. And it's unfortunate because Devin D at one point was considered as one of the, top economic advisors or heads or intellectuals in Kenya. But with time, he's proving to be a charlatan, a disgrace to Kenyans as a whole. But here is Ruto giving a speech today, lecturing us about democracy and the rule of law. We know who was behind this and who is probably will be taking Masengeli's side, because remember, the issue here is the judiciary was trying to inquire or look into what actually happened. They were not required. They were looking at what happened to the bodies or individuals that were abducted by the police force and are nowhere to be found. Nobody knows where they are. Their family members assume that they're probably in a dungeon somewhere being locked up. But there's growing concerns because every time you flip on your TV sets and look at the news, you hear about bodies being dug out of, whether it's Kware or whatever the case, Kitengela or whatever the case, all these places, we see bodies being exhumed from the ground. So, people went to the courts and asked the judge, hey, can the police produce or come to court and tell us where are these people who were abducted during the Maandamano? When the Gen Z was out there, what happened to them? And instead of this pinhead showing up on court, he's out there being defiant, disrespecting our judicial system and our laws, even after he has been convicted. That's how grave this issue is. If someone like that can, do such a thing, imagine what about the president? Now, the reason why I say the president is backing him is because more than likely the orders to abduct these young folks who are mandamanaring out there during the protest probably came from the State House. And maybe the buck stops with Ruto. Only time will tell. We'll look into that stuff and we'll continue following on that issue. Here's Ruto lecturing us today about democracy.
As required by the intent to empower the judiciary and the criminal justice system, as required by the Constitution, as well as respect the decisions and orders of the courts as they relate to the executive. Expect no more or no less.
Naam, huyo ni Rais Willam Ruto mnamo tarehe 4 mwezi Novemba mwaka 2022 wakati wa uzinduzi wa ripoti kuhusiana na idara ya mahakama, akisema kwamba sheria lazima ifuatwe. Nini kilibadilika Etesa kutoka wakati huo?
Hold on for a second. This is what Ruto was telling us, that, you know, the executive will respect the rule of law, will do this. We remember what happened with the finance bill. It was passed illegally. The budget process, the process of making this budget that we had, the 2023-2024 one, both of them, they were illegally. The process in which the budget was made was illegal, okay? You can go hear the arguments with Okiam Tata. Actually, he won in court. He made that argument and he won in court. So we know that this president does not care about the rule of law. He does not respect the people who he's supposed to be serving, okay? So we see this, administration showing. I said yesterday, and some people still disagree with me, this is an extension of Ruto's, Uhuru Kenyatta's rule. Same things are happening. It's just that Ruto is on steroids. You know, the lawlessness, the corruption, the murder, the abductions, the illegal detainment of folks that are deemed to be a threat to the state or to the executive. We see all this, okay? There's nothing new. Now, can we move to something else? Okay, karibu asi Ani and hapo kwa chat, kama Babu ni mzuri, hata Uhuru, Raila na Ruto wako fiti. Babu Owino. Let's get to Babu Owino. Can we get to Babu Owino? Let's get to Babu Owino. Okay. You want Babu? You will get Babu. Where do I start? Let me start with Robert Alai, because actually Aoko is the one who started all this stuff. Now, let's establish something. Aoko is I'm assuming, a friend, if not a close friend, to Babu Owino. They kind of have they have I'm not saying a relationship, but they have a friendship kind of arrangement. Remember when Babu Owino was having his exchange with Miguna? Aoko hosted the Babu Owino on her show, to give platform to Babu Owino so Babu Owino can respond to Miguna. Now, tunataka wote haya. So like I said, Maverick Aoko, okay, who we shall go to. Actually, she tweeted something regarding ulcers, and she was suspecting that she has been poisoned or something like that because she was throwing up or whatever. Let's go to her tweet so we can get kind of an idea of what you can have an idea of what I'm talking about. Let's go to her tweet. Maverick Aoko, right? Here it is. Quickly. All right. 20. Here it is. Mko sawa. Okay. Make sure you like the videos, please. Karibu sana Ani. And Upio. Here is where the beef stemmed from between Robert Alai and Babu Owino. It started with Aoko, as I said. So let me take you to the tweet that started off these things and the exchange that followed up. What's this? Okay. She's posted something very, 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 very interesting. Okay, so you see here. Let's start with this one. This is 47 minutes ago. She said, some masked guy came to look for me. Akaambiwa nilihama. Huyo nashuku was a Subaru thug. Yesterday, some 3 men carrying a bag came to look for me and masked ghetto assassins. Hawa watu wameona kotini hawatatoboa. Plan B activated. CLI tweeted, I'll be killed. You see the thing? You understand? So she's already kind of pointing fingers at Alai. I told you, Aoko is very close, is a close friend to Babu Owino, and she started this. I don't know what triggered her to, expose Robert Alai, because Robert Alai, I don't know, never responded to Aoko, but Aoko exposed her a few days ago when she tweeted about Robert Alai's Ninio. Ninio. We'll get to I'm here. Nitawapatia hiyo Ruto na Raila inakuja. Because this is all related. These are people, these are Raila Ruto minions, okay? So anyway, okay, so let's go back. There's something that I wanted to show you guys. You see, she's even touching on that Mercy Tara's thing that I was telling you about between Mercy Tara's na Morara, okay? But she's all over the place. She's tweeting and okay, anyway. So anyway, I'm kind of all over there. Let me just give you a quick context so you can ninio. Kungongewa sindio. Honey, I don't know what to say. But anyway, so here's the context. Let's get straight. Let me straighten it out. Aoko Maverick, okay, I don't know what triggered her, but she mentioned something. She exposed Robert Alai's, I don't know if it was a side chick or some woman somewhere who was a kid, who Robert Alai had a kid with out of wedlock or something like that, which made rounds on the internet, okay? And Robert Alai never really responded to never responded to Maverick. Instead, Robert Alai decided to attack Babu Owino, claiming that Babu Owino was behind the attacks. It's like he's saying that Babu Owino used Maverick Aoko to attack him, okay? So Robert Alai started going after Babu Owino, and they've been going after it back to back, okay? You can see here is where it started, okay? Aya, tuanze. Let me okay, so if you can see the screen here, can you guys see the screen? Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen? Aya, sasa ndio hiyo. Let me make it kubwa kidogo. So if you can read the right side of your screen, you can see what he's writing. Mabri karibu. So here is what he wrote. Babu Owino is the main contractor in Donholm Primary School. He is the contractor who is doing nothing but looting the CDF coffers. I want to teach Babu Owino how proper oversight is done. Ask him where he has taken the over 43 million Kenyan shillings grabbed from the CDF to pay himself for work not done at Donholm Primary School. Read the Auditor General's report on these things. Okay? So, so Babu will actually reply to him on the comment section and say, so you want me to be a contractor? Anyway, this is cheesy. But you can see I was looking for that text that he actually, Robert Alai specifically blamed Babu Owino for using Maverick to attack him. You can see this one. He's retweeting what BN Malemo is saying, where he say Babu Owino is a lunatic who plays politics of illiteracy. The boy banks on useless insults and speaking self-found nonsensical English that doesn't exist to make him relevant. The boy is a demagogue. He sometimes behaves like an electrocuted kit assume. I don't even know what he's saying, but whatever. Anyway, so this is what he was. This is basically what's going on with us. Now, here it is. Again, he's also, can you see the screen there? He's also attacking Babu Owino over here. If you can see, it's a reply from Babu Owino's former tweet. Babu Owino tweeted this and said, when Robert Alai was the chairman of Nyayo Residents Association, he grabbed different parcels of land, which were public utilities meant for schools and a church. He grabbed plot 286, plot 290, and plot 328 and set up businesses on the said land in question, which he receives rent to date. We will recover these parcels of land because we can't entertain a fraudster who is extorting bar owners for protection in Kileleshwa. So then Robert Alai responds and said, I wonder how we got such shallow characters as MP. Someone who feels that when cornered, he can hook mad women on cocaine and cook stories with them to attack you. Anyway, I am willing to go through this and I want to teach Babu how proper oversight is done. So you see, basically, okay, you're a so basically, Nani, what's his name? What's his face? Robert Alai is saying that Babu Owino provides cocaine to Maverick Aoko and tells her to attack Robert Alai. And Babu Owino there ametweet hapo, he says you plotting ngapi zimechukuliwa na Robert Alai, and those plots have been turned into businesses, and Alai is extorting bar owners in Kileleshwa. How true that is, I have no idea. Okay? So yeah, you can see that this is going on. What about Babu Owino? What does Babu Owino has to say about Nani? Babu Owino, to defend himself. Let's see. There's so many. There's like 3 Babu Owinos here. I don't know which one is which. Let me go with the one with the tick. This is Babu. This is a parody account. I don't know which one. Yeah. Okay, where is Babu Owino? Okay, you know what? I cannot go to his account because I do not know which one is real. There's a couple of that. There's parody accounts. So, but anyway, like I said, that's what's going on between the two. Now, let's Nani Ani anasema ukiona ukisupportiwa na a lady, you are finished. Yeah, you are finished. That's what she meant. Whichever, I'm not taking sides between Babu Owino and Robert Alai. They'll handle their issue. Kama wakutane wachapane mangumi vile Robert Alai and Sifuna walikutana siku moja and in front of Raila Odinga. You remember when Raila was like, Alai, stop. So they can do that. Hiyo ni mambo yao. But anyway, so here's the thing. Let's get to the Gen Z one because I think that was more interesting. Gen Z wameanza kupigana. Leo wameamka and it seems like everyone is on Morara's case. I don't know why, but there are some questions that we can ask. Why are they suddenly going after Morara? Before we go then, there's Sifuna is making headlines so far because Sifuna is going after, what's his face? Mbadi. He's going after Mbadi. But we shall go to that. We shall go to that too. Okay. Tuingie, who anaitwa nani? Taurus. What's a Kasmuel. Remember him, people? Remember Kasmuel? Kasmuel Oure? Kasmuel Oure alikuwa na maneno yake. So Kasmuel Oure aliamka asubuhi akasema atasema kitu. Ama namna gani? All right, so here it is. Tuanze na Kasmuel. Like the video, ladies and gentlemen. Tuanze na Kasmuel. It seems like every so-called Gen Z faces, some that are suspected to have been compromised, like the Casmuels, Oure, and Taurus, Masi Taurus, they seem to be, there's a coordinated attack. Wameamka leo na leo nikaa wanamwendea Morara. Now, some people can say that Morara akona his personal ambition. I said here before, even when I was talking about Casmuel's in your case, I said Casmuel, it's okay for him to eye a position as a future MP or governor or whatever the case is. The problem is, do not do it by riding off the wave that this Gen Z movement are, causing, okay? Usijifanye ati wewe you care much about what the Gen Z, what the struggle is all about, just because you want to get to become an MP. That is what the problem is. Now, the difference between Casmuel and Morara from the get-go, he said, listen, he was self-made, okay? He already had his businesses, his whatever, and he's made no qualms about his future goals, okay? The problem is, wakina Nani Casmuel walikuwa wanakuja hapo wanasema, oh, we are leaderless, then one day he declared himself the leader, saying that, okay, now nobody can go to maandamano unless you report to the collective, okay? The so-called collective. Now we started asking ourselves, who are these collective then? Who is he to say that, and who appointed him the leader of the Gen Z? Okay? Then a few months later, we started seeing him rubbing shoulders with Mike Sonko, Millie Odhiambo, and all these useless people like Gaucho. That's when we saw, like, this guy is full of it, okay? That's the turnoff. Now, Casmuel, anyway, woke up and had something to say, which I thought it was like a shade to Morara. This is what he said. Please look at the screen for a minute so we can go through it. Hawatawezana na Morara. Yes. And actually, that's what other people were saying in the comment section. They were saying that it's as if our people, ni kama hawa majamaa walilipwa na Ruto anawatumia to attack Morara. Because I said this, Morara is very creative. Now, I'll read you them later on, the Masi Taurus tweets, where she claims and shows the DMs from Morara, and Asemati Morara is stealing her ideas and using them. Morara is just looking for clout. Fine. But what I'm saying is the idea, Morara is going about it in a very unique way. He's mocking Ruto, and at the same time, he's exposing him, okay? Which is resonating with the people positively, okay? So it's as if they are going for him. But anyway, so here it is. The creeping, this is what Nani aliandika, Casmuel Oure. The creeping individualism in our movement threatens everything we've fought for. If our struggle is for Kenya, it must be for all Kenyans, not just for ourselves. If we chase personal gain, we become what we stood against. We lay our lives down in the streets. Some of us were lucky enough to pick them up again. Every time I sit in meetings that could benefit only me, I expand the circle. I talk about the feminists from the slums, the mural artists, the youth from the ghettos who shaped my thinking. This isn't about me, it's about us. I've turned down countless opportunities for personal gain, including travel, asylum, and work abroad. Why? Because the fame I have now isn't for me. It's held in trust. I remember Rex Masai, and I ask myself, did he die so we could live in luxury? We gather humbly in spaces, never forgetting the sacrifices of our comrades. This revolution isn't for profit or personal fame. It's for every youth, every child who was murdered by this regime. We honor them by keeping the fight pure. Remember, a revolution is not a popularity contest. Visibility is not liberation. Okay? Then he posted the post of the people. Oh, I can show you that. Hopefully, YouTube might not see this. Okay? So you see what he say. Basically, Kasmuel is basically saying, right. So Kasmuel is basically saying that, he's suggesting that there's some people who are in it for themselves. Shoot, let me take that out. YouTube will ding me for those pictures. But anyway, so basically he's saying that there's some people who are in it for himself. And the irony of that is, from the get-go, we all saw Kaisha to him. Which is true. Yes. Nani, Kasmuel alienda Jacaranda, and that was it. When we saw him with Gaucho, we just knew these guys, especially with Sonko. That was done deal. You don't mingle with Sonko. Sonko is no. Okay. So yeah, so that's what happened to Neo. So they're all kind of going after Morara. It's like Morara is the new kid in the block, and everyone is going after Morara. Who else? Taras pia lingi hapo akaanza mambo kumwingilia nani? Masi Taras. That's the name, right? Did I get crap? What's a freaking name? If I can find his, her Ninio. So you see people are posting things about Nani, about Masi. They're not really happy about Haninio. Let me see here. Let's see if I can show you real quick about Masi. So you can see people are going after her. Kenyan Report. Financially broke activist Masi Taras now accuses Morara Kebaso of stealing her ideas to earn millions from fundraising. You see, let me see if I can find her. Masi Taras. Okay. Crap. Anino is frozen. Okay, let's find it. So Masi Taras is going after Nani. Computer yangu may freeze. Damn it. All right, let's just find it right now. Masi Taras. Because there's a lot of stuff she was saying. All right, I found it. Hey. Okay. Masi ndio huyu basi. Okay, let's see. She woke up and she was like going for Morara. I don't know what they have against Morara, but to me, I feel like it's suspicious how all of a sudden, while the country was, are awed and happy with Nani, all of a sudden they're now going after him. So here is what she wrote. Do not attach a name to a revolution. This revolution is autonomous and it will achieve its goals organically. Don't bring political tactics to consolidate the anxious youth behind a name. The owner of the revolution is none other than every single Kenyan. Lack of individualism is what has gotten us here so far. Kenya ni home and home must be respected. Now, you can tell they're reading from the same script because remember, Kasmuel also was emphasizing of individualism. It's as if walikutana State House na Ruto na nani na Dennis Itumbi wakasema leo we shall be talking about individualism, how it's ruining the to just bring, because the whole purpose of all this attacking Morara is to cause confusion among the Gen Zs, the perceived faces of this movement. Now she says, don't attach a name to a revolution. You can attach a name to a revolution, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. The Cuban Revolution, the name that comes is attached to that is what? It's Fidel Castro, okay? Name it, the South African movement. If you talk about Mkoto Sizwe, the ANC, the struggle against independence, we can attach Mandela and Christopher Hani and Oliver Tambo and all these great. There are names that attach to them. There's nothing wrong with that as long as it's about the people. Okay? Exactly, Ani. Ama jamaa walipewa assignment waanze attack Morara, because Morara's tactics are more effective and is catching more fire and is ridiculing, exposing, and making Ruto look very silly. So they are using these perceived faces of the Mandamano when it started, the Mercy and Kasmuel, to attack Morara. Of course, Kasmuel wasn't that direct in his attack, but still, you can tell who he was throwing his jibe at. Okay, Mabri is telling us history. Babu na Alai ni political. Both in ODM, Baba now supports Sakaja and Babu wants that seat. Alai is an MCA trying to warn Babu against gubernatorial seat ya Nairobi. Cinema. Yeah, Baba is only supporting Nani Sakaja because Sakaja alimpatia milioni kadhaa. Okay, ulimwona alienda huko Poda akampatia kitu. Okay, that's why Baba is supporting him, but I don't think, if the payment stops, Sakaja taishia. And that's why the Alais are not impeaching Sakaja. Now, this Alai and Babu Owino thing, I think watapigia Raila simu or Raila atawapigia simu, whichever way, it will be settled. Baba atawambia tulieni. Okay, I don't see it going anywhere. As far as Babu going for that seat, like I said, as long as Sakaja analipa hiyo pesa, anapatia Baba hiyo pesa, Sakaja will still rig himself in 2027. Kwa sababu, unless the people of Nairobi waamke waseme, hey, la hasha. It just depends, okay? 2027 in Bali, I don't know who might emerge in Nairobi as, a candidate that can actually remove Sakaja, because Babu Owino, like I said, Babu Owino, as much as, he is a kind of a celebrity, I don't think he's not a lot of people, serious people, consider him a serious candidate, given his history and how he carried himself. There's just, there's something that about him that still doesn't sit well with a lot of people. Anyway, tuingie mambo ya Senator wa Busia. Leo niko Mabri amesema I'm in good way. Aya, sawa, acha nikuingize. Mabri amesema I'm in good spirits leo. All right. Ingia. We mwana wa kondro. Ingia. Aya, Mabri karibu. Ndio hiyo ninio. Okay. As we wait for Mabri amesema ako na siasa motomoto leo, so tutamgoja tusikie atatuambia nini. Maybe Sakaja alimpigia simu akamwambia hebu enda kwa Kenya Rebel huko tuambie maneno namna gani, but karibu. The link is there for anyone who wants to come in. Just if you can turn your camera on, on, uingie na utueleze. Oh crap, hold on, poleni, I'll play this later. Aya, namona ndio huyo Mabri ameingia. Okay, Mabri, karibu Mabri. Volume, are you ninio? I can't hear you. Can you unmute? Well, you're unmuted, but it's like I can't hear you. I can see you talk, but I can't hear you. Ama mnamsikia? Watu wa comment section, mnamsikia? Ni mimi ndio nimekuwa unaambiwa sauti, yani anakuambia hebu weka sauti kidogo. Haya, Mabri ameenda kufanya ile kitu sasa. Okay. Let's see. Okay, sawa. Sawa nani? Chukua mic. While we are waiting for him. Akisha kuwa sawa, tuko hapa, tunamsikia. I mean tutamgoja hapa tutangoja once he fixes his mic, he can just signal us and we'll let him talk. Ama namna gani? Haya, okay, Mtata was on Spice FM. Explaining some stuff as we wait for Mabri.
County, he's here. Senator, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Very well. Thank you very much for joining us.
Senator from Busia, not senator for Busia. I'm a senator for Kenya. I'm a senator from Busia. Senator of Kenya, elected by the people of Busia. There's no senator for Busia.
Okay. It's not the county senator.
No, there's no senator for Busia. I'm a senator from Busia.
Okay.
Yeah, just like
what does the speaker call you? Member 4, Senator 4.
Busia County.
Yes, that's a mistake they make, but I'm not a senator for Busia.
You're the senator from
I did
Busia.
not take an oath with the word Busia in my oath.
But you came here on account of the
I was elected by Busia,
of the people from
the
Busia.
national government.
Yes.
I'm a senator of the Republic of Kenya.
Yes.
Elected by the people of Busia.
Okay.
But I'm not a senator for Busia.
You're the senator from Busia.
From Busia, yes.
Sawa. Senator from Busia. Okay,
Yes.
Mtata. Thank you very much for joining us. Our friend Siti is away for this week.
Okay.
He has taken leave. But he left us with the proverbs for the week. And he told us this week the proverbs will be from Libya. Among the senators who were sitting in the sessions when the Cabinet Secretary for Roads and Transport, Davis Chichir, appeared before the Senate.
Yes, indeed.
And the Senate had invited him to come and shed light on the JKIA and its plans to engage with a private investor on matters, with the Kenya Airports Authority, with a private investor from India on matters of JKIA. Now, many questions have emerged out of this. Let's start with the known, then we go to what came out from your sessions with the CS.
Mabri, are you okay? Or Bado, you're working on your mic? Oh, ametoka kidogo. Okay, he's back. All right. Loading up. Okay, can you say something?
Yeah, mnanisikia vizuri?
Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, tunakusikia. Sawa. Acha nitoe hii video sasa ndio tukusikie vizuri. All right. Namna gani? Niambie. Fungua roho.
Niko fiti. Nasikia ukio Mtata hapo mnaendelea kumsikiza.
Ni sawa, nilikuwa nacheza lakini mimi nilikuwa nataka kusikia maoni yako maana umeniambia leo uko you're in a good spirits, sijui ulipata cheki ya Dani ama
Saki pesa ya Dani bana.
Utaki
ni matapeli. Wakaa na pesa yao huko.
So, okay. Sasa anza pale unataka kuanza. Which issue inakusumbua sana? Ni mambo ya Kasmuel na Gen Z vile wanapigana na Morara ama Robert Alai ama Ruto na Masengeli? Mambo namna gani? Anza pale unataka kuanza.
Generally. Sasa historia Masengeli. Kitu ya kwanza I want you to know like parliament wameapprove Kanja today. So anangoja ni ya president.
Essential.
Yeah. So the guy I don't think ataendelea kuwa nini and he must be jailed. Nimeona this afternoon ametoa nini akiappeal for nini alifungwa 6 months ikuwe reduced. But vile masenator wamechemka na majaji asidhani ita go through. Now history ya Babu Owino na Alai kitu moja sioni ikiisha by the way because as it is Alai in this ni sauti ya baba na ni kama wanajaribu tu kuonyesha Babu Owino stop acting the same like we know baba sahi ako in government ana interest sahi akuimpeach Sakaja
Yeah. Sinalishapewa kitu.
Alafu ashajua like hahitaji kustruggle so much kuingiza mkono ya ODM pale City Hall. He has the numbers in terms of MCAs. Angekuwa ni kuimpeach Sakaja, angekuwa shamuimpeach. But juu pia anakula from the government, it will show bad blood wakianza kuingilia Sakaja sana sana. Because kama sahii tumeona every politician say ana attack Rigathi Gachagua, including that Sakaja. They are now speaking in one language, one tone. So Baba sahii ana interest ya Nairobi, it is already in his pocket. I'm expecting hata kuona stories za huyu DJ zikikame up like a lot. Because hata one may wonder, kwani Alai ni MCA from Kileleshwa, which is not even in Embakasi constituency. Mbona aanze kureveal vitu za Embakasi? Of whose interest?
I mean, technically he can, because MCA ni kama MCA wa Nairobi in general wanashughulikia, ideally they're supposed to be checking the government, the governor. Hawa ni kama kama MPs. So any issue that happens in Nairobi, he can speak on it, even though kama for example ni kama Mtata alikuwa anasema hapo hivyo, he was elected by the Busia people, but kuna maneno ambayo he can check. Of course they are supposed to oversight the counties, but kuna issue ambao they deal with which is national issues ambao he can speak on, even though kama tuseme hiyo mambo ya Adani, it's a national issue, sio? So he can technically do. But so unafikiri Raila amewachana amedrop Babu, he's not his favorite candidate to run for 2027 governor? Because ukisema
he was never going to be. He was not going to be. Like I think Baba alikuwa na favor this guy aitwa Tim.
Wanyonyi.
Yes. Huyo ndiye alikuwa favorite wake. But now hata tuangalie party politics vile zina unfold in ODM. Babu alikuwa ashaanza kustage rebellion. And Babu knows for you to make it from Baba, you either rebel ama like lazima tu onyeshe kifua. There is no way Baba would come in and tell you, no, I'm giving you this. Historia Baba is not one to empower young people.
Yeah.
Angalia vitu zote amefanya hata after hii bread based innuendos. Watu walipewa hizi viti watu walipewa the CS positions. Babu was ignored.
Yeah.
After hapo immediately Babu alidemotiwa. There was a position he was holding in parliament. Alidemotiwa, ikapewa another ODM person. Recently umekuwa ukiangalia Babu anataka kuact kama opposition, like ako tu. Ni vile sasa unaona vitu kama hizi from Alai zikianza kukam out zina vindicate a lot. Sidhani saa hii Baba na Babu wanaongea the same language kabisa.
Unaona, so hii historia Aoko, vile tu nilisema Aoko najua ni best ya Babu Owino. So hii story yake ya kureveal sijui nani ako na mtoto na sijui mama gani, hii story ilitoka wapi? Kwa nini Aoko alianza vita na Robert Alai? Kwa nini alimwendea Robert Alai? I mean, walikosania mali.
Robert Alai has been ranting in social media akiattack anything to do with Gen Z. Babu Owino aside, kama umekuwa ukifollow Robert Alai nowadays, ni kama yeye ndiye advisor wa young people, you know, do this, you get. So at some point hata I remember akithreaten watu, you know, you can be killed, unaweza potea. I've been checking on those tweets. So I think Aoko amekuwa tu na yeye, he was responding to something. But now Robert Alai ndio unaona na it was like alikuwa atafuta mahali atapata Babu Owino aanzani. Either way, an MCA is a minute person could deal na MP, you know. He has no budget, he has nothing.
So wewe ukiangalia future nani ya Babu Owino, where is it going? Hakuna future ama ataangamizwa? Kwa sababu kama baba akirebel against baba, wakimtupa nje kutoka kwa ODM, nani atamchukua? Kwa sababu serikali ndio hiyo, baba ameingia kwa serikali. How is he going to survive?
According to me, I feel like honestly speaking, future Babu iko bright in the political arena. In this way, come 2027, kutakuwa na many people, many MPs who won't come back. And Babu ukiangalia mahali anajialign, it's like a support baba, anataka kusupport baba, ako tu anaongea in parables. I think hata kuna mahali alipoziwa question na akajibu in a very cunning way. Kuulizwa story ya baba, mbona nini huku appointiwa. But then I feel, sincerely speaking, this is the first guy alitufungulia kuingia parliament, kama unakumbuka.
Walikuja yeye, Sifuna, hata Wandai alikuwa hapo. Nakumbuka walikuja hapo kwa gate ya ninio. Walikuwa wanatetemeka lakini walifungua.
But waliamua kaa mbaya.
But mimi naona go ahead, sorry.
Oh yeah, the other thing, kama ukiangalia this guy, when baba alianaanza naenda AU, alikuwa ashaanza kumake move. Ni mara ngapi ametokea Kisumu tu without announcing himself, unasikia ameongelesha watu huko, because alikuwa ana prepare kuchukua ODM from baba, of which hata sincerely speaking ukiangalia in this nation, politically speaking, Babu can amass numbers, he speaks in authority better than Kalonzo mmoja hata.
Lakini tunaona wazee wamemtoa dinio, wamemtoa box. Unaona wakina hata ODM vile ilifanyia rearrangement yao. Uliona wakina Nyang' Nyong'o, wasijui wakina nani wamekuwa huko. Babu wako wapi?
That means Babu sidhani atasync na the ODM nini. Sasa anacheza chini juu anajua akionyesha nini zake ni mapema. 2027 iko mbali.
Alafu hii mambo ya unasema hawa wananio, hawa ma MPs hawatarudi. Hii IBC inakuja hii. Mtaona rigging ile mjawahi ona.
No, but I know one thing that will happen, because wanaweza jaribu kuiba, but sasa pia wananchi si wajinga. You get?
Yeah.
Unajua kitambo it was like two political giants fighting. But now it is the political side against the citizens, the common mwananchi. Kama ni kuiba, they will have to be very, very clinical and very sure about it. Because unajua pia kuna design unaweza tokea overwhelmingly, unapata hata mtu hawezi iba.
Yeah, nafikiri I think you're right in this sense. Watu wa hizi ninio hizi MCAs, senators, MPs, depending on what part of the country, for the most part, watu wakiwakataa, it will be very hard for them to rig. Lakini ile ya presidency, kwa sababu I mean, naomba hata tusifike 2027 tutoe Ruto before then, but hii ya presidency watajaribu. Umejua vile wamechange hiyo IBC Amendment Act, ati sijui sahii kuna mobile ninio voting, sijui nini. Alafu pia unaona hili squeeze wanapatiana ninio hizi kitambulisho mnapewa, they are making very many copies. Yes. So these are things that mimi nafikiri what Ruto banks on leading up to the election ataanza kuambia okay, the election is very close with whoever is running against him. Alafu ikifika hiyo siku ya ninio, there'll be massive rigging na itaenda ile story vile uendanga. Endeni kotini, tumeshinda, tuendeni kotini basi. Kama kuna shida endeni kotini. Then we know what the courts will do. Yeah. Alafu tutarudi maandamano broad base.
Yeah, but now acha nikwambie why hii kura itakuwa different. And kitu ningeomba saa hii like last time nilikuwa kwa hii forum I mentioned Raila Odinga is not going to stay for long hapa in government because in a chance whereby he loses atatafuta way wa fall out akuje kujipresent kama the other option.
Yeah.
Now ukiangalia voting patterns za Kenya tumekuwa tukivote between only two people, the rest wanakuwaga tu hapo kujazilia juu ni candidate.
Yeah.
So unaangalia saa hii there might be a chance inaweza bring a different alternative, a new person mwenye hajakuwa in the political arena in like for the that way inaweza tupea aliwe. Unaget? Because reason why umeona kura mara mobu ibwa Kenya, it is because and deliberately Raila hajaitaka hii kiti, amekuwa tu hapo kutuchezea.
Yeah.
Unaget?
Control position.
That's why hata wakiiba it's okay, there is nothing he can do. They will know atafind his way to the government na anataka kuact as an opposition anyway, and that's the only way amemanage in this political arena for the longest time.
So
naweza kwambia hata even tukigo the court way in 2017 these people like Raila is not new to our constitution, ndio? Is not new to the Kenyan constitution. In full awareness of what the Katiba says, in case of any presidential zikuwe nullified resort through the court, the next course of action is we go back to election within 90 ama 60 days, but within that period.
Yeah, I think 90 days.
So these guys, elections are nullified. And for him badala aende kwa debe apigane because already ilionyesha there was some sense of malice and there was something which was not open. Badala akubali tuende kwa ballot, this guy anaanza innuendos, we must reconstitute the IEBC, whereas the Katiba pronounced itself that in case of nullification of presidential elections, we must first reconstitute the IEBC.
No. I remember the case. I think hiyo ilikuwa judgment ambao Maraga alitoa. Alisema walisema tuende re-election kwa sababu there was no enough, yani it wasn't transparent or whatever the case is. Na akasema before turudi kwa hiyo debe hiyo re-election ifanyike hiyo whatever. There are some things, recommendations ambao must be met before that. And one of them was reconstitution of the IBC, kwa sababu you can't have the same referee who messed up the previous election running the same thing, which they did not, kwa sababu nani alibaki hapo wakina yule Chebukati na hiyo timu yake, unaona?
But sasa vile tunakubaliana hakuna mahali imeandikwa kwa katiba. You know, the katiba is supreme in this essence.
No and yes, no, because judge anaweza kusema kama hii election haikukuwa clear, hatujui nani alishinda kwa sababu kulikuwa na mambo mingi ambao there's no clarity, inaweza kurudiwa. The judge can order it to be, you need that's the power that the judge has, the judiciary, Supreme Court, whatever the case, they have that to kudetermine kusema hii kitu irudiwe tena, unaona? But ndio nasema before irudiwe aliweka masharti, and those masharti they were not met. Ndio maana sasa alianza kuleta, ndio maana unakumbuka alikata kuninio kwa ballot ndani akaenda peke yake.
But in that case I think Maraga pia alitupush in a state where like, because let's look at the winner mwenye results zake zilikuwa nullified, who was Uhuru na Ruto, si ndio?
Yeah.
For them it would have been unfair because the reason why we went on, I don't think by the way ni Maraga alirecommend ilikuwa pronunciation ya the opposition then, because ingekuwa nini I think you can confirm ingekuwa ni the court way, sidhani hizo elections ingekuwa conducted na zikubalike
na no okay, there were two parties. IBC ina run elections, ndio, they are independent. Yeah. Then so vile IBC ili announce the winner, wale wakina Raila wakaenda kotini wakasema hii kitu nikaa imeibiwa. Alafu Maraga akasema hebu leteni evidence ya kuonyesha ati imeibiwa. Wakaangalia evidence, Maraga akaangalia akasema yenyewe this thing was not transparent, okay? So wakasema hivi, since it wasn't transparent, the body that is supposed to be conducting elections, au watu walikuwa hapo wakina Chebukati, they should be changed before we go to the next elections. Unaona? So ilikuwa si decision ya wakina Raila, it was decision ya Maraga. But the thing is, which I think it was fine. What Maraga I think it was fair. Alisema, unajua Maraga angesema ati Raila ameshinda, that would have been unfair kwa sababu kama if the evidence showed that the election was not transparent, you can't say that so and so won because hatujui kwa sababu watu wameiba. So I think it was fair from my view for Maraga to say, okay, inaonekana watu waliibiwa, it's not transparent, so turudieni. Lakini kabla tujarudia, hawa watu ambao walimesapi election, hawa kina Chebukati na hii IBC, isafishwe kabisa, watu mpya waingie. Unaona? Lakini sasa vile aliweka hizo recommendation, nani akaita Chebukati kwa State House, Chebukati hakutolewa. Alafu mara sijui justice yule mwanamke anaitwaje? Is it si Mwita nani? Yule mama Mwilu, yes. Mwilu sina bodyguard wake akachapwa bunduki usiku. Yeah. Kesho yake nikaanza kuona kama Maraga anatetemeka, and soon behold nani akakuwa president, akarun peke yake. So I don't think the problem was the judgment. Maraga alifanya everything right except of course he was intimidated at the end of it. But again, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so let's just come back to my point. I think nime confirm, I agree with you, but the aspect where Baba has never been serious about it, imekuwa ikitupea Baba is another option. And I'm hoping like come 2027 Baba hatakuwa kwa hii race. Actually, that's my prayer.
Utashanga. Even me, I pray he doesn't, but huyo mzee akikosa AU akikosa AU utamwona. I like that clip ile mtu wa kutoka hapo Jakaranda alikuwa sema, mtaona Raila atarudi Jakaranda asema haya nimerudi.
Alafu funny enough, this guy appoint nani anaitwa aje, governor wa Kisumu, Anyang' Nyong'o.
Yeah.
To act as the chair as the ODM nini on interim basis. Akirudi sasa.
Alafu unafikiri ati hatakuwa 2027? Raila kwa 2027.
Ukiangalia ndio ujue Babu might have a future in this political regime. However we want to look at it. Before Baba and AU amechukua chairman wake wote like vice chair. Akawaweka kwa gava. Saa hii hata waezi sema ngwe. Like ni wao ndio wanakuwa like held accountable by their minus pale chini.
Mi nafikiri Babu has to stay in ODM to maintain his Embakasi seat. Akijaribu kutoka ODM itakuwa mwisho wa Babu, kwa sababu there's so much against him, especially if ODM wakimkataa, because ODM wako kwa serikali, so haezi kwenda UDA kwa sababu I don't think UDA watamchukua. Hata wakimchukua he'll be more, akienda UDA ama Kenya Kwanza, he will alienate his supporters, especially from, you know, Nyanza and all that place, Nairobi. So he can't do that. The only place anajaribu kujaribu ajiweke nao watu wa Gen Z, unaona, lakini hao Gen Z pia hawataki kuwa na nini ama wanasiasa. So
what I think Babu is most likely to do, sidhani atasimama nini tena MP Embakasi. Anaweza cheza design ya anaitwa aje huyu jamaa, huyu gavana wa Kisii Simbarati. Anaweza amua kwenda huko ushago juu ukiangalia movement zake amekuwa tu akitest waters hapa kule. Anaenda Kisumu anaangalia vile kuko, you know. Anaweza amua kwenda kujaribu MP huko. Which probability ni kubwa. But now again, ukiangalia dynamics za hii politics ya hii Kenya, I don't think UDA itakuwa chama kama 2027. It won't exist.
Me I think vile niko nasema, hao watu watajaribu kuchange katiba in 2025 next year. Raila akishashindwa AU, because AU ni February hapo, akishashindwa sasa wataendea hiyo kuchange, kwa kumbuka, remember hii NADCO it's been implemented. Na ile the next step ni kuchange nini constitution. Why they want to change the constitution? Wanataka kuchange ndio wa create ile position ya prime minister na hii mambo ingine sijui whatever, lakini wanataka kujifanya ati wanataka kuchange constitution ndio wa limit the number of representations. Unaona wakina Eric Omondi wakikimbia huku na huku. So they are trying to dress it up that way, but the real reason why they want to change it is they want to create this position of prime minister na sijui nini. Like, sa ile Raila atashindwa AU, hapo ndio mtaona the real intention ya our political class.
Tunataka ashindwe, by the way, it's not like nini. Tunataka ashindwe ndio akuje hapa tuone atatubeba ufala aje.
Atashindwa, sioni kaa akishinda. Mimi sioni kaa akishinda, but
by the way, chances zake za kushinda ziko chini sana. Because sidhani kuna any president who can support nani, because in real sense any president who supports Raila Odinga's candidacy ni kuonyesha like opposition kwa country yake inaweza amka like ikuwe strong. Baba, you know, ni kama Museveni ukiniambia akisupport tu Raila, basically ni kuambia Bobi Wine, Buda wewe tia bidii hapo utusumbue, maybe in future you'll be the one so that you sit.
Bobi Wine hawezani na Museveni. Bobi Wine hata asumbui Museveni, anamwangalianga tu hivi na ana wasiwasi. So I don't think
nimeona kitu ani ameuliza about what will happen hata wakiiba. Acha nikwambie, I think the political class have a way of wanting to make wananchi wakae ni kama hatuna option, ni kama we are helpless for the sake of wataiba, then what? And that's what they want to sell. But I want to tell you there is hope. Kama tuliona hii maandamano ya Gen Z, for instance, let me refer back to it. In this nation before hiyo maandamano, it was believed hakuna mtu anaweza guza Ruto. Hawezi andamana hii nchi Ruto akiwa, you know. Because unakumbuka ile maandamano ya baba vile walienda wakaiba sijui kondo za Uhuru, like alikuwa anauza fia. But sahi, even before they take any action, wanaogopa wananchi at some point.
Yeah.
Because mambo ikichemka hii inji, I'm telling you, even Baba is in it. Saini ni huyo Mbadi ndiye tutauliza wote, like haitakuwa ati we are the opposition. No.
Yeah. Ndio maana vile umesema, I think there's a possibility akishindwa hiyo AU atarudi na atajaribu njia ya kujitoa kwa serikali, arudi ajifanye sasa yeye ndio opposition tena, unaona?
But sasa hapo ndio kuna shida. This guy ndio kuambia akitoka, like akienda AU alitoka yeye, deputy wake wote, I mean the chairman walikuwa wawili, kulikuwa na nani Oparanya na Joho na akachukua nini wake parliament akamweka ndani Mbadi, like aliacha ni kama alimove tu yeye na wakubwa wote.
So sio shida kwake.
Si shida kwake, but itamuound. I'm telling you,
how
kitu itamuound.
Kumbuka hao watu ni wanajiita cows, ODM cows. Raila akisema left ni left. Ataenda aseme nimewachana na hii serikali, na utaona akina Mbadi wataresign, Wandai wataresign, Joho wataresign. But the most likely scenario for me ni kuwa atajaribu kupush for constitutional change. That is what I see. Sidhani kawa
actually, I hope he tries, and I want him to try, because the more he tries, the more unajua Baba has a way of thinking, any extra seat ikikreatiwa ni yake.
Yeah, lakini
which is
remember, that's why I keep on telling you, hawa watu ni wajanja. Ndio maana ulikuwa unaona emphasis was being put into that IBC amendment bill, unaona? Kwa sababu
jana wakirudi, they were saying like IBC will be the first, it is the key priority.
Yes. Kwa sababu gani? Ndio nasema, let's not think that ati hao watu watalose nini. Of course, if we have a fair election, hata kama ni referendum, they will lose. But they are choosing the IEBC of their liking because they want to manipulate the results, hata kama watukienda kwa hiyo referendum. Kumbuka, ndio maana Joseph Stalin alisema nini? It is not the people who vote that decide the votes. It's the people who count the vote who decides who wins that election. So ndio maana unaona walikuwa wanataka IBC number 1. Wakishaeka mtu wao IBC, sawa, akileta referendum, si ndio sisi tutasema tunaenda kuangusha. Sasa ile unaenda kuvote motion, hao washapanga watu wao huko, massive rigging, we lose the motion, wana change katiba vile wanaitaka. Tunafika 2027, ati tunaenda kuangusha Ruto. Ako na watu wake huko wapi? Na wana continue. Mnaenda kwa street, anatoa nini hao majeshi yake, si majeshi lakini hao mapolisi wake wachapwa. So these are the things they're planning. Ndio maana nasema watu kama mimi and a few others wanasema the only option ya kutoa mtu ni Bangladesh way. Lazima tumtoe through Bangladesh way.
I agree with you 100%. Kama I remember last time nilitokea hapa that night tukiwa na kina Kip. You remember me saying like 2027 is not the solution.
Yes.
Because hakuna mtu amekaa hivi akingoja ati apigiwe kura atolewe.
Yeah. Watajaribu. Kwa sababu amejua hakuna mtu amempenda. Amejua he's done. Like literally hata tukienda voting saa hizi Ruto atatolewa. He knows that. So
but maze, I wish ukajua zile sarakasi these guys doing to this nation.
Yeah.
Hata zingine atuoni, like this guy is literally fucking us up.
And he's buying everyone who is trying to go against him. That's the sad part. Ndio maana hata nikiona hawa kina Kasmu ila wanaanza wanaingilia Morara saa hizi.
I think now story ya Morara, we need to get to that. These young guys, sielewi ni nini. Unajua kuna mahali the Gen Z wenye walikuwa wanajiita the kingpins wa Gen Z, I think the popularity na fame kidogo ilifanya waanze kuwa wajinga.
Yeah.
Because okay, sioni mahali kuna shida. Morara, what he's doing actually is what is supposed to be done by the opposition.
Yeah.
Hii kitu ya kutuambia sijui tuandamane kesho twende tao, tunaenda na bado hawa watu wanaiba. Morara anakupea option ya you decide. Hii ni kweli hii alilaunch ikaibiwa. The choice is yours. And this guy, I'm telling you, akona support ya watu sana. A lot of support. So the likes of kina Kasmuel wanataka turudi tu kwa ile the normal way of doing things instead of embracing creativity, you know.
Yeah.
And I wish wange join two hands and move together, you know.
Me hata wakimove together. That's why, you know, ukienda kumandamana or whatever the case, what is the end game? Now, Morara naelewa he's exposing what Ruto is doing wrong na hizi counties zengine magovernors na wakina Wavinya Ndeti. Mimi nilisema hivi, kama watu wanaenda maandamano, what is the end game? June 25th ilikuwa occupy parliament. Tukaenda, tuka-occupy. Done. Kama ni kusema tunataka kutoa Ruto twende occupy State House. Sawa. Watu wakutane kutoka every parts of Kenya wakuje Nairobi.
State House, yeah.
Tuende State House, occupy, to declare Ruto is no longer the president of the Republic of Kenya. Tumalizane. Si ile maandamano ati okay, tunaenda CBD leo. Watu wanatoshea bunduki hapa papa watu wanauliwa. Then the next Thursday pia. You see?
Ndio nasema like they wali swim into popularity na fame wakasahau the end goal.
Yeah. Ndio maana mimi kisikia hata watu wakisema civic education, I'm not against civic education, lakini kama tutaki Ruto tumtoe. You don't need civic education kumtoa Ruto. I don't need to know how government works. All I need to know is that we are the sovereign people. Tukikutana as a people, tuseme tunaenda state out, tunamtoa, tumtoe. I'll learn about civic education kwa class ya GHC once Ruto is gone.
Hata nikuambie kitu, why we need civic education.
Yeah.
I think in Kenya, majority of voters wanapotezaga akili zao when it comes to making a decision regarding mheshimiwa fulani. Unaget?
Yeah.
Like they forget that kuget some rights, kuget chakula at affordable prices, it is your right. Si kitu like si favor.
Yeah.
Unaget? We need to understand mheshimiwa kama ana implement project ya shule hapa, it is not a donation, ni pesa yako. Bana inafikaga mahali unapata huyu mtu anajua Ruto is the president, hata understand au Ruto like kuna wale watu tu sema ni president sawa, unga imepanda ni sawa, tutatia bidii. Mafuta imepanda. There are people who don't understand the missing link, where mahali mafuta ikipanda shilingi moja ina connect wapi na unga.
Yeah. Naelewa, and I see the need of it. Sijakataa na nakubaliana that people needed civic education. Lakini mimi nasema hivi, if the back hii shida yote inaongezewa na Ruto tulimweka hapo arekebishe vitu na ameshindwa. Si tukutane pamoja kama wa Kenya, tumuondoe Ruto. Tukishamuondoe Ruto, sasa ndio tuanze hii mambo ya civic education, tuanze kujifunza okay, the link between bei ya mafuta na bei ya unga, bei ya hivi after shetani atolewe. That's what I think, because saizi okay, tufanye civic education, okay, ukishajua hivyo then what's next? Wakati umeenda Ruto baada ashauza Adani, hata Kenya utarudi kwa nyumba yako uambiwe hii sasa ni Uganda.
Basi anyway, let me give you a very unpopular opinion about everything we are dealing with. Right now, hata history ya Ruto must go is a deviation from the real war. Sai Ruto akaenda, like Ruto akamanage kutoka, and then tunaweka mtu kama teme Rigathi. No, acha tuweke tu Morara Kebaso. Tumweke kama president. As long as my MP is the same idol-drifted vagabond representing me, the adults of this nation will always come and buy, because akitoa 200 anaenda assign vitu nini parliament. We need to sit down and look at who has the power in this nation, and because Ruto alone cannot do all these things, he needs the numbers in parliament. Ndio?
Yes.
We need to sanitize that house. Like hata sijui mbona tuliwalau kurudi hapo after nini, tulifaa tupake rangi na tuwatoe like waende huko. Tukwe na new faces hapo.
Yeah, so to counter your point, ukitoa Ruto, that will be the strongest message you can ever send any public representative.
Yeah.
Kwa sababu akitoka, Wavinya Ndeti atarudisha ile pesa yote ameiba amepeleka UK. Kwa sababu watajua hawa wananchi kama wanaweza kushikana watoe Ruto, mimi ni nani? Unaona? So these MPs sasa ndio tutaingia kwa tunaenda hizi video Morara anatuchezea. Tutaangalia okay, wewe Kimani Chungwa, hii hapa ulifanya nini? Okay? So that's why I'm saying if you kill the giant, ukiangusha giant chini akianguka, hawa watu wote walisimama nyuma ya giant watakimbia, watashika laini. Lakini ukijaribu kuendea hawa watu, they are being paid by Ruto. Ndio maana unaona they are voting this hivi, wanaitwa hapo State House, wanapewa bahasha alafu
hapo ndio nakwambia we also need to deal with them.
Yes.
By the I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
No, hata nikuchekeshe. Umemention ya Liondole sipite nikasikia kucheka. Ya Liondole is my governor. Wavinya Ndeti. Now, I think 2 days ago bila aliingia, actually we were in a session, nilitoka tu nikaenda kuangalia. And this guy, after alifika airport, alikuja ku station Mlolongo. Now ukiangalia Mlolongo is the busiest voting block ya Mavoko. Actually the most active. The MP of Mavoko is Wavinya Ndeti's cousin. Aitwa Patrick Makau. And this Wavinya Ndeti's cousin anataka pia kuwa governor. So by Wavinya Ndeti coming to top here, alikuwa jaribu kuonyesha
niko na nguvu
hapo. That is the same guy ya delete history ya nini. Something.
Okay, na hiyo story ni ukweli ama ni uongo?
Ni ukweli.
Okay. Wow.
Umesikia mahali ana address?
Haja address, yeye alisema tu atujue alienda London. Alisema alienda kujenga lakini Wavinya ati anaenda kujenga hospitali huko London ama ni wapi?
No, sasa hapo kwa hospitali, that was just an excuse. I hear she was trying to purchase an apartment na huko. But now, akukuja hapa, walianza kupanga kitu sijui aendewe airport, waliweka jam kubwa hapa ndio ikae wananchi wako na yeye. People were paid 500 each. You just go there, you know, hey mama. Ukitoka hapo enda kwa nyumba. As a show of strength.
Yeah.
To his cousin, to her cousin.
Hiyo ndio kitu inaendelea hapa.
Hata hapo umemsikia mahali pengine ameweka rally. Ama that was the only rally.
That's the only rally I remember. Alikuwa na press conference after that, I think. Ama before that.
Ilikuwa immediately hapo tu. Like akamaliza na akaenda. Umemsikia tena.
Kenya sijui kuna maandamano kesho. Kwa ground watu wanasemaje kwa maandamano ya kesho?
I think hata nikwambie tu kweli. For now maandamano it makes sense. You know?
Yeah.
Unless now, unajua inafika gamani, you cannot be using, you can't use the same tactic zenye zimekuwa zikifail over time. I think hata utaona unless watu waandamane in individual institutions, I don't see it, making any sense, because hata wale watu tunafaa nao kuwa tunaangalia tukiwaambia, what you're doing is good, wameanza kufight
wenyewe kwa wenyewe
among themselves. So hiyo watu wanaenda maandamano kufanya nini?
yenyewe, that's a good question. Wamekatika na hilo. This evening nitajaribu kuchambua hii mambo ya Adani, na niliona kana nani ameongea huyu Omtata nilikuwa naicheza hapo hivyo. Nataka niongee mambo ya Adani, sijui kama umeichambua wewe mwenyewe. Nataka nitaingia
nilipitia mambo ya Adani kidogo
Okay.
Yeah.
Nataka to save your session for, I don't know kama utakuwa hapo evening. Juu nataka nimalize.
What time?
Let's say saini saa ngapi? 11 12 1 2 3 4 hours before now. Saini saa ngapi?
Saa 12:20.
Okay, 4 hours from now itakuwa saa ngapi?
Saa 4.
Saa 4. Is that too late?
And actually hiyo ndio masaa mimi kutoka ball.
Okay, sawa basi. 4 hours from
I'll join in.
Okay, sawa. 4 hours from now nitaingia tuzungumze mambo ya Adani. Nataka hii ni session ya kwanza.
Acha tuambie watu tu disclaimer. That's the biggest scandal this nation has ever had.
Imeshinda hata Eurobond na ile mambo mengine. SGR.
Because
Goldberg.
To your surprise, the Adani group will now be controlling not only the airport, but also hii kitu inaitwa SHIF, the current and NHIF thing.
Wow.
Na pia wao ndio wata control energy.
Tutaicha 4 hours from now. Don't miss, mnasikia? Mabri mpaka kuja hapa. Mabri
I'll leave you with this one. Story ya Bangladesh. Kama uliona whatever they did, one of the key issues zilikuwa zina agitate mwanadamu ni stima. Stima ilikuwa imeshoot, and the Adani group wao ndio walikuwa control stima ya Bangladesh. So
coincidence.
You guys want to fuck us up kabisa.
Absolutely. Haya. Sawa. Mabri, asante sana. Thank you so much. Ani, WS Nani Banka, everyone ambao amesha join hapa, tafadhali 4 hours from now, saa 4 Kenya time, nitakuwa hapa. Tutachambua mambo ya Adani and what we can do na mambo inaendelea and where it stands. Sawa. Thank you guys so much. Mabri, asante sana. I like wewe uko na very good information. I like that. Please, kuanga mtu sikuwa mgeni hapo, kujanga hapa sana. Yeah? Na kuonanga tu kwa comment section huko mnapelekana hapo na sijui kina Kipa ama nani. Lakini ni sawa.
Sasa ni prepare the game.
Okay, sawa basi. Okay. Thank you so much. All right guys, thank you so much. It's been a nice session. I will see you guys 4 hours from now. Thank you for everybody who has been part of this. WS Banka, Ani, Mabri, who was here with us in the studio. Nani mwingine nimesahau jamani. I don't want to miss anyone. Hey, hata nimeshangaa. Kuna Lowang 8.0 anti-communist. Everyone. Jojo Pio, kila mtu. Please subscribe, share, like, comment, and I will see you guys later. Ama namna gani? Peace and blessings.